Hi guys, give me a second while I log into my channel. Hello? I feel ill prepared, but that's okay. Hey, what's up? What's up, Benji? Happy Halloween, Ross Lynch fan 001. How are you? Very cool. Because your Halloween was yesterday, right? Benji? Yesterday was your Friday. Today is Saturday. Ooh, nice. I am going to watch as much Universal Monster movies as I can. I don't know what I'm going to do during live this evening. It's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. Today we are talking about extinct species. I only have one today. I may do another. I may add a second one into the rotation tonight. Just because what else are we gonna do, right? Ooh, nice. Nice. Those are all three are great movies. Hi, Mage D Tata. Okay, I got it. Sorry. Okay. Extinct species. I'm gonna get this name wrong. I know I am. I'm not even gonna try pronouncing it. Ooh, 99%? I got your name 99% right. Oh, nice. I don't think I'm dressing up tonight. It somehow doesn't feel right. That is the name of the animal that we're talking about. Ooh. So, and we have to do the scientific name, right? Because not everybody is going to know their Hawaiian. That way you can look up the scientific name and find it maybe in your language if you don't speak American. Or English, I should say. So, our bird was native to Hawaii. Okay. It was native to it is native to the state of Hawaii, but it's only found on Maui. And it was not discovered till 1973, which basically means that it was not known to Western science until 1973. It was known to nest in the, and again, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce this. So we will paste it in right there and continue onward. So that is a type of tree, a species of tree. Only the females incubated the eggs. Now, I don't know if they fed the eggs or fed the eggs. I don't know if they fed the chicks or if the male fed the chicks. Like he would go out, bring the food back, and then the female fed them. Couldn't find that information. These birds would have foraged in the subcanopy, so that's the layer right underneath the canopy, and within the understory. And its diet seemed to include snails and other arthropods found in trees. I'm going to try to find you a picture of the bird. Oh, there is one. Hi, Deadfire the goat. How are you? So, this is an actual picture of the bird. I'm not making any changes to it. Deadfire the goat, where are you from? And that picture is by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, photographed by Paul E. Baker. We're going to get to that, Ross Lynch. Males and females looked pretty exact. These guys would have fed on a diet of snails and other arthropods found within the trees. Now, several factors would have played into their demise. These factors included introduced mammals, competition, predation, habitat loss, and disease. What introduced animals caused all the issues to begin with? Pigs. Pigs, rats, and mosquitoes. Nice. And hello, Bunny P. So pigs basically come in, they were introduced by probably European explorers, dropped off on the Hawaiian Islands to provide food on the way back from their travels. Rats would have come in as those ships were docked, and they had to have food, and birds and their bird eggs provided food, along with other things. You're done. I'm assuming your hair looks like its normal color. Okay, we're going to try this. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So, the rats came in and they not only fed on the adults, but they also fed on snails and other foods. Thus, the honeycreeper had some competition as well as a predator. Now, it should be noted that pigs will eat just about anything. Ooh, nice. They will also eat bird eggs if they can get to them. Another introduced fiend is the garlic snail. I'm assuming this is a land snail. Draw cab G Nick. I don't know what a Nello's synop is. Those are animals. So the Hi Isabella 0205. These snails were a problem because they fed on native snails. Now, I mentioned that mosquitoes were an issue. And yes, they were an issue. They brought in diseases like avian pox and avian malaria. When mosquitoes are introduced to an area, they have to come in with the virus or bacteria. Very nice, Benjam. Very nice. I like that. They have to come in with those viruses and bacteria already in their system. They come in, and sadly, their bites brought more than just an itch. They would bite the birds, transfer the virus to the birds or the bacteria to the birds, the parasite. Their immune systems were not capable of protecting themselves from these foreign invaders, and it killed the birds. It unalived them. All of this, avian malaria, yes. So a malaria that affects birds. It was declared extinct, sadly, in 2019 and removed from the endangered species list in November of 2023. Now, you might question, well, why is there such a big gap between being declared extinct, screen name, and then being removed? One of the reasons we do that is to give time for people to look for the bird before we decide, yes, we need to take the bird off the list. They That is, the endangered species list is an American list. And so that has to go through channels. We just don't say, okay, it's dead, it's gone, drop it off the list. There are steps that have to be taken. So, yeah. No, you don't have to make a new one. Benjam should still be in the system. You have to go in and bring it back. That's all. Let's see if there's any more glimmers of hope I can get out of this. Probably not a bunch of stuff I'm gonna be able I don't know. So 2023 was a bad year for Hawaiian birds. There were 3 that were declared officially extinct in Hawaii. There were at one time 54 different species of Hawaiian honeycreepers. But since human arrival and the introduction of invasive species, about 2/3 of Hawaii's native finches have gone extinct. Remember, I said over 54 different species once existed on the Hawaiian Islands. Only 17 species remain alive in Hawaii today. And many of them are threatened with extinction. So, yeah, not good. I'm going to see if I can get names for these birds because they are not in English. And it probably, if I were to go and look up these birds, there were over 54 species. Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think about. One of the birds, unfortunately, it doesn't have a English name, is Maui That would be nice. Something to look forward to for the rest of the spooky season. That is one of the birds. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if you went in and you looked up that species that I just posted, you would find out that it probably went extinct for some of the same reasons that the Hawaiian black-faced Honeycreeper went extinct from. A little bit more on our black-faced Honeycreeper is in 1980. So remember, they were discovered in 1973. In 1980, they had an estimated population of 140 individuals. By 1994, fewer than 10 were known to exist. By 1997, there were 3. And again, they were basically feeding on native land snails. In 1986, they set up a natural area reserve to protect native birds. Fencing and pig removal began in the 1990s and 1994. In 1997 and 1998, those 3 birds were captured and banded and monitored in hopes of breeding. They did take DNA to figure out who was who. Sex could not be identified. They thought that they had a female, so they captured her and they put her into a male habitat. They were tracking her with a radio transmitter. And the next morning, she was making her way back to her territory. Nobody mated. Then in 2002, they went out and they captured all 3 birds. The male bird, however, was elderly and was partially blind. They did not breed. So it's kind of sad. Actually, it's more than kind of sad. It's horrible. But if you go in and you look, you'll find that, again, a lot of these birds have pretty common stories. the one that I put up was, well, wait, let me repost it so you guys know what I'm talking about. This is a problem we see across the board with animals that are native to islands. They, in many cases, don't have predators, or at least not they don't have the predators like rats and pigs. Not saying that they don't have predators, but it's a different predator. They're not, they did not evolve together. They're not, they don't have a way to deal with that invader. So they end up defenseless. It's like if a new disease were to come into an area that's highly infectious and people start getting sick, until a vaccine or a medicine is available to protect people, you sort of get the idea. There's no, the birds can't escape. You can't run away from a disease once you get it. You either have to wait it out, treat the symptoms, in the case of most viruses. Ooh, nice. These guys, a lot of them, a lot of your Hawaiian birds share the same issue. Pigs, rats, mongoose. There's been a lot of animals introduced. I don't know why. I don't know why we do that. In some cases, early explorers, European explorers, would load up their boat with pigs. And as they traveled, they would drop off pigs. Well, in a year's time, the pigs would breed. Yeah, because now Hawaii takes precautions as to what comes in and out of their country, out of their, into their state. It is not easy. they would drop the pigs off on an island and then continue onward, drop more pigs off on another island and move forward. They never imagined the trouble that these pigs would eventually cause. Not that I know of. The pigs that were introduced so basically, there aren't a lot of, ooh, I love pineapple and ham pizza. Yum, 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 yum. Hawaii only has 2 native mammals. Only 2. I'm going to post the one because so one is a bat. One is a bat, and the other is the Hawaiian monk seal. Those are the only native mammals. Everything else was introduced into the country. These are some. True. Well, Hawaii does not have native pigs. So if people brought pigs to Hawaii, they were not native there. Some of the animals that were introduced into Hawaii include, but not limited to, cats, mongoose, goats. Goats were another animal that sometimes the explorers would unleash onto an island. Wild pigs, which are not native, they are feral pigs. Axis deer, which was probably brought in for hunting. Rats. A pheasant, a species of pheasant. Barn owls. Cattle egrets. Red whiskered bulbul. Not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Little fire ants, nettle caterpillar, and mosquitoes. And of course, trees. They also introduced a frog, sugarcane, pineapple, and coffee were also introduced, and they spread. Strawberry, guava, ivy gourd, whatever that is, false kava, fireweed, fountain grass, giant reed, and pampas grass. And that is not even the end of it. Africanized honeybees, Argentine ant, Australian tree fern, axis deer, Barbados gooseberry, barn owl, big-headed ant, brown tree snake, butterfly bush, Cape ivy, cattail, Christmas berry, coconut rhinoceros beetle, devilweed, whatever that is, fruit flies, Himalayan blackberry, Himalayan ginger, Himalayan raspberry, Jackson's chameleons, red mangrove, mongoose, rat lungworm, red masked parakeet, snowflake coral, veiled chameleon, and West Nile virus. They would have came in boats from other islands. I don't know when they arrived. Sometime around, and this is early, the earliest known inhabitants of Hawaii were Polynesians who voyaged from islands around 300 to 400 Common Era, which I think is they were already well established on the islands around 800 years ago. They probably immigrated from the Marquesas. No, that's not right. Marquesas Islands more than 1,600 years ago, with more coming in around 800 years ago. I'm guessing they brought taro with them. No, taro is not native. It would have come with them from another island. It would have been something that the people would have brought with them because it's a food source. No, pineapples are grown in Hawaii. They're famous in Hawaii. Pineapple actually comes from, believe it or not, South America. I don't think so, Benjam. I don't think I've ever had it. They were before Europeans arrived. The people there were growing it, but pineapple is native to South America. Oh my goodness. It sounds good. Like a pig roast here in the United States. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Tonight we are doing another extinct animal. It will not be this background though. We will be in a different location. On tonight's menu. No, we're not going to be outside. We are going to be talking about a bat from Christmas Island. Pipistrelle? Anyway, that's what we're talking about, and we may throw in another one. I don't know. So what do you do with the ears? Just chew on them? Because I can imagine there's a lot of meat on it. Maybe there is. I don't know. That's what I thought. Dogs might enjoy them. There wouldn't be much there other than maybe eating the skin. Tonight's live. So let me explain. It'll be downstairs. I will be downstairs. We may be interrupted because tonight is this is Friday night. I will be passing out candy to all of the little fleshies that are coming. I will not be in costume. I don't think. But who knows? I bet you it's juicy as I'll get out, that belly meat. Mmm. That actually sounds really good. I don't know what type of candy I'm passing out. I don't even know if there is candy. I do know that I think I don't remember what time I set up on. Hmm. Strawberries are good, but I do like watermelon. I also like just about everything. Honestly. Um, jackfruit. Maybe jackfruit. Yeah. That's not me. You mean candy? No. Yeah. Green apple, it's scaly. I don't know what that is, Benjan. Is it from the Philippines or is it? Oh, sugar apple or custard apple. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're said to be really good. Sweet, creamy, custard like fruit. Mm. 12 likes? I do believe that's a record. Yeah, the inside is white. I don't know. I'm seeing 12. But Mom, guys, I'll be right back. I have to go do something real quick. I'll be right back. I don't know if I want to be immortal. I'm quite happy being me. I don't know if I would like making friends only for them to vanish or to pass on to the next life and me be stuck here. Hi, Katie Berry dash RN2LG. This sour punch. No, it's candy. I don't know. I don't remember the Twilight Zone, to be honest. Your chill zone, huh? Oh, yeah. I don't think I'd want to be in the Philippines without an air conditioner. Maybe something to deal with the humidity as well. Who knows? Guys, I need to go. Have a great Halloween if you catch this later. Let me know where you're from if you're watching this afterwards. And with that, guys, I will see you tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be kind, everybody. And remember, you are loved and appreciated. Goodbye.